Hello friends, welcome back to virtual session, and today we are going to talk about nesting of functions as well as recursion. After discussing on functions, we come to know that to have a repeated execution of a process as well as execution of process as well as to achieve programming modularity, repeat execution of a process means define once and call many times, right? And programming modularity means division of main module into various sub-modules called as and programming modularity. And what is the advantage of programming modularity? That is easy update, maintenance of a code, right? Creation of user defined library, useful for reusability. It means we can collect the related functions and store in and create your own header file, user defined header file, and you can reuse it in the future projects, and in this way you can even able to use the perform the reusability also. These all advantages we are getting through functions. Now in today's session, up till now whatever the functions we discussed, every functions we give a call from the main, and main is also a user defined function, right? Main is also a user defined function, but the only difference between main and sub functions is that main gets a call from the system interrupt area, means from where whenever you execute an application, it gives a call to the main functions. So main gets an auto call and the rest functions need to be referred from the main. You understand the point over there? What is main? Main is also a function, and it's also user defined function, because as you have to write the entire programming script over there, the only advantage between main functions and the sub functions are main, though it is user defined, but it's a in the process of execution, main got the highest priority of execution. It executes firstly, and then the rest sub functions are executes over there, right? Okay. Now every function up till now we define outside the main, but referred from the main, give a call from the main. But today we will discuss about, okay, a function can be referred from another function's definition called as nesting of a function. Means it is not compulsory that every function can be called from main only, and you can refer the function from another function's definitions as well, and that is called as nesting of a function. Let us discuss this thing by example and then we proceed further. I am going to discuss about nesting of a function. What it means? Referring a function from another's definition. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, and let us understand we have functions like void f1, void. Now void f1 void means f1 is a function. If you write the grammar of f1 function like void f1 void means f1 is a function which is returning nothing, at the same time it don't have any arguments. By default, if you don't write any argument, it is become void. But if you don't write the return type, by default it is not void, it is an integer, right? So default argument type is void and default return type is integer. So let us understand f1 is a function which is having return type void and argument also void over there. In this manner, if you can write the 3-4 functions like f2, f3 and f4, right? f1, f2, f3, f4, these are the 4 functions are there. Now if you go to the main, what I am trying to demonstrate, how we can nest the functions, means like instead of compulsory every function need to be called from the main, I am trying to give a call to the functions from another definition, and in this way I am going to prove the nesting of the functions, right? We discuss about the function. Function is a process which is having definition outside the main, but it is not compulsory that every function need to be called from the main, right? So we have a 4 functions f1, f2, f3, f4. Now here if I am printing, okay, I'll clear this screen firstly, and here I am printing I am in main, right now I am in main, so it will give the output that I am in main, and then I am giving a call to the f1. It's like calling f1. You refer f1 from the main, and obviously if you refer f1 from the main, the control directly will be jumped to the function definition of f1. So I am having f1 definition over here, right? So whenever you enter it into the f1, I am prompting a message. I am in, means the control, I am in f1 definition, right? And then from f1, as I said, I am going to link up, I am going to nest to f2, and then I am having a definition f2, right? And similar message I will print that I am in f2 definition and referring to f3, right? And I am going to define the definition of f3, and I am in f3 definition, and I am referring to f4. And that's it. I'm going to print returning back. Right? Then I'll say back to f3. Then I'll say to f2, back to f1, to main. Now let us understand how I perform the nesting of it. We have four functions, f1, f2, f3, f4. The program execution, as I already explained, main is a user defined function, but it gets a auto call at time of system interrupt. At time of executions, main got the highest priority of execution, and it executes automatically. Means we are not supposed to manually give a call to the main. It's a system which gives the interrupt to the main. So main gets called, and then it clears the screen. It will print I am in main. After that, we are calling to F1. So as per the prototype, the control will branch to the definition of F1. So from this line number 14, it will directly, the control will be transferred to the line number 18, and then it will print I am in F1 definitions. After that, from the line number 21, the control will be transferred to the line number 25. Then it will say I am in F2 definition, I am in F3 definitions, I am in F4 definitions. Means in this manner, from main the control transferred to F1, F1 to F2, F2 to F3, F3 to F4. And from F4 we are not referring to any other function, right? So it will be written back. Now it will prove that whenever it will be returning back from F4 to which function definitions it will return the control to the calling area, because actually F4 is not referred by any other function, neither main, F1, F2. F4 is referred from F3, so it will back to F3, right? And F3 will be referred from F2's definition, so it will back to F2, and then back to F1, and then finally it will back to the main. Means like this example will give you the idea that how actually the function gets a call, right? How you can refer a function from another's definition at the same time. Whenever the control will be back from the function definition, it will back to the calling area, right? So this is what the points we proved from the nesting of a function. What is nesting of functions? Right? It is not compulsory that every functions need to be called from the main. What is function? It's a process which is defined outside the main process. For what reason? I explain you the advantages of it. Reusability, programming modularity, easy updation and maintenance, right? Define once, call many times. So that is the advantage of getting user defined functions, right? Now let us understand, you got the four functions F1, F2, F3, F4, and these all functions we are not giving a call from the main. Main is a user defined function, but it's got a auto call, as I already explained. So from main I give a call to the F1, so we'll go to the definition of F1, F2, F1 link up with F2, F2 link up with F3, F3 link up with F4, and from F4 we are not referring to any other function, so it will return back to F3, F2, F1, and then finally the main over there. If you compile this code, you will understand the sequence of executions while performing nesting of a function is, right? Let us take another example for understanding this, for nesting of the functions. Understanding nesting of a function. Let's say we have a function called as print line, which prints the line of any character which you pass on. Then we have a function of dsum. It's like if you pass on any number to it, it will able to perform the digital sum, right? So, and we have two functions, print line and digital sum over there. What this function will do, whatever the number you will take as an input, it will perform the digital sum of the digits of that particular number. Void main, and then let us say you are having a number, clear the screen, and you say printf, enter a number. You have to say read the number from the user. And then first of all, now you define the print line function, void print line and character. Any print line means you want to print the line of that particular character which you pass on. Let's say for example, you have a horizontal 80 characters are there on the one single line. So for I equals to 1, I less than equals to 80, I plus plus means 80 times you have to print this particular character, right? So now here, if you can give a call to the print line and pass on this equal to as a character, so this equal to character will be printed for 20 times for 80 times. So horizontal, that 80 lines that line will be printed over there, right? Okay. After that, you give a call to the dsum, detail sum, right? So define the detail sum. Here I will give a comment, definition of line print function, and here if you definition of digital sum, int dsum, dsum stands for detail sum, int 10. Means like first of all, the logic of detail sum is I have to separate the digits. So what I will say, ds equals to 0, detail sum equal to 0, while the value of n more than 0. What you need to do, because you know the logic that ds plus equals to n mod 10. What n mod 10 will do, it will give the remainder to you, right? And that entire remainders will be added to the ds, and then n divide equal to 10. Modulus will give you the remainder, and division will give you the quotient. Means for example, if you want to find out the details of 1, 2, 3, 4 is a number, then here while n more than 0, here 4 will be separated, it will add to the ds, then n become 123, 123 still more than 0, 123 mod 10, then 3 will be separated, 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, it will, in ds it will print, it will sum all the detail sum, and it will return the value of ds. So finally the detail sum will be printed, that is what the 10 of it, right? So I'll give a call to let's say printf digital sum of number, that is dsum, and you pass on n, right? Now in the dsum, whenever you call to the dsum, you can from here also you can give a call to print line printf slash n, go to the new line firstly, and then give a call to the print line. Print line is user defined functions, and print the line of star, right? And then return this ds over here, and after that also you can go with the printf slash n, and then print line, the line of maybe okay, you can go with the @ symbol also if required. So what I'm trying to like perform over here, I can refer that function from anywhere else. It is not compulsory that every function has to be referred from main only. I referred from main. After that, I refer that print line from detail sum. I can refer again back. Means like this is called nesting of functions. Whenever you are referring of functions from another's definitions, right? It become a nesting of a functions. Hope you understand the concept well. If you try to execute this particular code, you will find that you can not only find the details from any given number, but at the same time you can nest up the print line functions by giving call to it from main as well as from any other functions as well, right? Okay, so we come to know about how we can nest the functions from any other definitions, and in next sessions we will be talking about the recursion. I'll just discuss about recursion. What is recursion? Reoccurrence of a function from its own definition. That is recursion. Means like here we nest the functions. Means we try to give a call from another's functions. But if you try to, like, let us understand, if you are in main and you refer a main again from the main, it is absolutely possible. So if you call a function from its own definition, so it will form a loop of function call, without setting a physical loop. It's called recursion. You got my point? Means that all the problems of continuity and series, where you need to have a physical loop to solve that, all the things, right? Let's say the factorial, you need a loop, right? You want to generate any series, you need a loop. So in such situations, instead of setting a physical loop, you can develop a recursion technique where you can refer the same function from its own definitions. Like the example, when you refer the main from the main, when you refer f1 from the f1, so it become a recursion. I'll be going to talk about these recursions in detail in the next sessions. Thank you.